Hey, Arrowheads! Welcome back to Consolidated, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things Arrow over on the CW. I am Lilith, and in the Arrow Cave 2.0 with me is
Kelly. Hey.
More like Arrow Cave 4.0 at this point, but whatever. Up for discussion.
At least we don't have the Earth 5 Arrow Cave, you know.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Up for discussion today is episode 412, Unchained. It was written by Speedweed and Beth Schwartz and directed by Kevin Fair. And I believe the lovely Miss Kelly has a synopsis for us.
The team faces off against a formidable villain nicknamed, the lamest nickname ever, the Calculator. Meanwhile, Nyssa makes her move and Roy Harper returns to Star City.
Oh my god. This week's episode of Arrow was the bomb.com for me, only because almost like all my favorite people returned. Except for the one that ended up with a hole in the head from last episode.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Let's see. We had Colton Haynes as Roy Harper / Arsenal. Selena J, the original Bay, as Shadow. Hallucination Shadow, once again. Katrina Law as Nyssa Al Ghul, trying to get her throne back. Ryla Fukushima as Tetsu Yamashiro. Hey girl, I'm just going to pretend like you're alive so that I can say the line that I'm going to say at the end of this episode. Echo Cullum as Curtis Holtz. Long time no see. Glad that you're not permanently stuck as another black driver. Reference from last week's when Felicity ended up in a wheelchair originally. Who else? Jimmy Akingbola as Baron Ryder. Did not miss you. Sorry, sir. Parker Young as Alex Davis. Tama Mendes as the Calculator. Natasha Gill as Missy Natifa. Janet Kidder as Ruve Adams. And, of course, Elisa Ruturo as Tiana. And Venus Terzo as a doctor. Not the doctor.
Doggone it. Although, timey-wimey, you never know.
Dude, I'm just waiting for all the shows to make this huge, gigantic left turn. Oh, so, let's see. Where do we want to start? I was just happy with all the dang familiar faces. This episode was fun. It had action. It had really great character interactions. It had some emotional depth to it.
Mm-hmm. It had Roy and Tia.
Oh, they got to say their goodbye. And I'm like, this is why they don't say goodbye, because they pull your hearts out.
Yes. Exactly.
Will is the best. I love Willa, and I really hope that Thea's not in the grave. I will be very upset. I'll be upset if anybody really dies. And they said that, unfortunately, and I mean, yeah, I get it. Enough people have kind of miraculously come back from the grave or whatever on this show, but it's a comic book show. We're past the grounded reality thing since season 2, right? Mirakuru soldiers and whatnots.
Yeah, and now we got multiple Earths.
We got magic and mysticism and metahumans and probably aliens coming really soon.
We got lots of M's.
Magic, mischief, and mayhem.
And metahumans.
Oh, just a mess. But yeah, so it's just like, I don't want her to die. Like, I'm just going to throw that into the ether. But I didn't want Moira to die or Tommy to die. So I really feel like Thea is going to die.
Yeah. We forgot Mirakuru, too.
God,
that's another M.
Manu.
Yes.
Oh, before we get started, I have to say that I'm really bummed that, Steven kind of wanted Manu back, but Manu kind of didn't appreciate the way that Slade was portrayed in his last outing. And now we won't really get the chance unless Suicide Squad bombs, because it looks like Deathstroke might be in the Suicide Squad movies. And I heard that Suicide Squad has a 3-picture situation thing going on as well, so those characters are going to be in at least 3 movies, so
that might take a while.
Yeah. Well, like 3 different movies. We'll probably see some cameos in like one of the Batman. I know Deathstroke's supposed to pop up in Batman or something like that. With Batfleck. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just kind of bummed. But Manu's got another series where he's scantily clad a lot of the time, so I'm kind of happy.
Narcos.
Yes.
Yep.
And you can always rewatch Spartacus. So
There you go.
and you can still see Cynthia Adia Robinson and Katrina Law in that show too. So, I'm just throwing that out there. It's
Yep.
bloody though, guys, and not for kids. So just
Yeah. I had to watch that to interview him the first time.
poor Kelly.
Uh-huh.
How bad did it violate your sensibilities?
That was interesting. Wow. But it was nice to see Lucy Lawless on the screen again.
Definitely. Which so bummed she didn't get to have the chance to be in the Wonder Woman picture. Like I always wanted my whole damn life.
Yes.
So anyway, back to Arrow. This show, like I said, it's still messy, but at least it was fun, and everybody except for I'm sorry, don't hate me, guys. Except for Felicity, everybody was really likable in this episode. Even Malcolm, even though he was spouting off nonsense, and for some reason Oliver's apologizes to him, but it's his whole damn fault. Always has been, always will be, and Malcolm Merlin must die.
Yes.
Ugh, just a mess. Like I said, it's still messy, but it was still fun. And I really appreciated Malcolm, even though it was very self-serving, saying, "Hey, respect Thea's wishes."
Yes, that was kind of nice.
We got a lot of really great action scenes, and I have missed the flippity flip 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 of Arsenal.
Yes.
I miss parkour of season 1. I really do.
Because it was cool.
Poor Steven. That's the problem with success as an actor. Like the more you the more you become vital and important to the show, the less they let you do, kind of thing, for insurance purposes.
Yeah, and that stinks.
Because he still really works out. I mean, if you stalk his Facebook page, not the same that I do. I just hear about it on Reddit. Yeah, right. Anyway. Yeah, this episode was glorious. But I felt like the calculator was weak. I mean, I know that this was a 2-part arc for Felicity, but I was just like, okay, the science behind this is all wrong. That's not how that works.
Yeah, well, he should have been called the Abacus. and okay, really? I mean, okay, Cisco seriously needs to name all of Star City's villains too.
Yes, I agree. That was really lame.
Yeah.
It was the weakest part of the episode, and I'm just like, what is Dark up to? And also, his wife just pops out for the mayoral campaign too. Like, yeah. We are not very good with plotting and breaking the season, is what it starting to feel like to me.
Yeah. I mean, the calculator, is he a TI-83 or
You just called him a basic. That is very basic calculator.
I know.
He's the Casio.
He doesn't even have graphing.
He's the Casio with the solar panels.
My dad has the first calculator, the first pocket calculator. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to play with that thing, and the buttons, you push them and they'd click.
Kelly's out here dating herself, y'all.
It was my dad's calculator, not mine.
The fact that it was still functioning when you were a kid, though.
It still functions now.
Really?
It's a TI, yeah.
They don't make it like they used to.
No, they sure don't. Thank goodness. I used to spill out Shell oil all the time.
That's my girl.
Yep.
Anyway, I really didn't get how the calculator got Roy to do what he did. And then on top of that, I really don't think that they took out the camera in his eye before the calculator found out who everybody was. Is that just me?
No, I had the same thought. I mean, okay, a Faraday cage, I get it. But, really? They still had to take him down there. I mean, did they blindfold him? Did they take precautions? What?
You know they didn't. It's Team Arrow. They're all loosey-goosey.
Yes. So, all right, now he knows right where they live,
Well,
right where
everybody does. Everybody just comes walking in there.
I love the campaign manager. Oh yeah, I came in the side door. Sure. Yeah.
Ugh, that guy. Oh my god. I know he's up to something too.
Oh, he's got to be a villain. Totally got to be a villain.
Cause
Maybe
Thea's into him.
maybe he's the one that kills Thea.
Kelly, no.
I don't want Thea dead, but I'm just saying it would be her luck.
It really would.
It would.
But like now we just remember that Felicity's running Palmer Tech. Like we go really great stretches without remembering that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Hey, think about this. If that did happen and Oliver's campaign manager mysteriously disappears,
Scandal.
think how great press that would be for the campaign.
Scandal. Somebody call Olivia Pope, y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even think anybody in Star City cares at this point. It's pretty much like I think it's a millennial metaphor. Like, but I don't think that millennials are apathetic. We're just lazy. Well, no, because voting should be like anytime, whether it's primaries or whatever, it should be like a national holiday to make it easier for people to vote, considering it's our democratic, responsibility, really, living in a democratic society. But don't get me started. But anyway.
We're actually a representative republic, but
you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. Because I used to have to leave work early to be able to vote because I left before the polls opened and would get home before the polls closed.
Yeah, it's just not right. But I feel like that's a lazy metaphor somewhere in the writing because the Flash likes to make fun of millennials as well. Don't know why, considering that's their core audience, but
that's true.
Some people just like to poke the bear. But anyway,
I don't do one of those.
I don't even know what this episode was supposed to accomplish, though. What did it set up? Besides the calculator thing for Felicity. Yeah. Again, with Felicity.
Yeah. That Felicity A has that much of a plank in her eye. She doesn't realize what her dad's up to. And B, that's going to put Oliver in a really awful spot.
But we always knew that Donna and Felicity both knew that he was a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, but not that kind of bad, necessarily.
That's how I always took it. Not like supervillain, but a bad criminal kind of guy. I mean, they are from Vegas. CSI has trained me very well. To be suspicious of all things Las Vegas. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I really feel like the focus has been on Felicity way too much. Like, I want more Oliver. And I'm so surprised that I'm saying this.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
I just want to love Oliver as much as I love Stephen Amell. That's all that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just not going to get there by way of Felicity. I feel like this whole relationship has dragged them both down a pretty cliche road. And I know that they're supposedly supposed to be breaking up, but I wouldn't doubt them being back together by the end of the season. And it's just distracting and taking away from other character development. Cough, Laurel, cough. And Diggle. I mean, we got a little bit of Diggle, but honestly, over the 4 seasons, think about how much we really know and see Diggle, that when his arms aren't folded.
Yes.
Just saying. I mean, we even got another supporting character out of Felicity and her mother. Not that I don't love Charlotte Ross. Y'all know I love Mama Smoke. I do. But I don't know. Like, I'm just very frustrated. This grave thing has me stressed the hell out. And at this point, I don't even think they're going to go through with it. I think they're going to do some shenanigans on Flash or Legends of Tomorrow and totally make this null and void.
Yeah, that could be. They might. It's just weird because it would be so cool if they even did like a day in the life of Diggle.
A day in the life of anybody besides Felicity.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about how weird things would be at his house right now.
Yeah.
With his brother there, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And does his brother stay there? I'm assuming that.
I thought he went home to Carly. And P.S. I like how we glossed over the fact that Diggle totally tried to get with Carly.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Oh, this show is such a mess. I love it because it's such a hot mess in this case. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what they can do. Like, this storytelling is a mess. There was way too much going on in this episode. Even though I appreciated all the guest stars, it was just too much to jam pack into this episode. I mean, Nissa showing up at the end. Hey, I got this cure, but you got to kill Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but we already know he's gonna be a big bad in season 5. So obviously, that don't work out so well for you, lady.
Yes.
Unless he has an evil clone or something. I don't know. Wouldn't put it past Malcolm.
Or well, what happens if she doesn't get the cure and she goes into bloodlust and kills Malcolm?
And that cures her blood. I really think that it doesn't matter that it was the other Ra's al Ghul. I think as long as it is a Ra's al Ghul that she kills, and I think that's what Malcolm has been hiding, because if he really wants to prove his love to Thea, I'm just saying, she doesn't want to kill somebody innocent. Malcolm is far from innocent.
Yes, he is. Far from innocent. And you've also got to deal with, okay, you know, like we said, this could be undone tomorrow. Yeah. Now, here's the question. If that happened, if Thea did kill him, and then the Repunter comes in and messes with the timeline, and it's set before she goes through the Lazarus pit and everything, before she's dead.
That's how we get rid of Vandal Savage, y'all. Just saying. Yeah. Since Malcolm's kind of responsible.
That's true. So then she would never go through that, right? Because timeline's changed.
Because let's be real, we know Legends of Tomorrow is out there messing up everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, like, I'm just not invested in it, I guess, is what it boils down to. Because, like I said, death doesn't mean anything, but it doesn't have to. It's a comic book show.
Right. Exactly.
We got Protective Laurel in this episode, at least.
That was nice.
That was cute. Mm-hmm. Oh, what else happened in this? I just feel like, Curtis got into a scuffle, or kerfuffle, rather, with Roy. And we learned that he has a little bit of moves.
Yes.
And he created a battery pack.
Yes.
That's not how that works either, but...
Well, you know.
Sci-fi!
You mean you can't run a whole city on that little battery pack?
No. Not even in... You know what they should have invented? And I'm just waiting for actually, like, Harrison Wells on The Flash to do it, is boom tubes. Google it if you don't know what it is, but that's what I'm waiting on it. I just swear, I was just like, anything but a battery. I mean, honestly,
they need to put Ray on a little hamster wheel, a little miniaturized one, to drive the power.
That would be more realistic than what he was talking about. Oh, this, like I said, the sci-fi tech in this was just not even grounded anywhere in reality, and I'm over it. But I mean, some of the stuff is plausible, but they haven't even been trying.
Yeah. Comic book science is comic booky.
Well, a lot of the stuff, like the multiple worlds theory and stuff, a lot of that stuff is based on a lot of the theory. Back in the 80s, 90s it was. Now it's just really out there, but that was the fun of it for me. That's why I got into science and math and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In Star Trek, tachyon particles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Time travel.
Yes. Well, even back in the 1600s, Copernicus thought that the orbit of the planets, it is mathematically a pentatonic scale, and he called it the music of the spheres. He believed that the rotation of the universe was a music box for God.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Well, they burn that guy sometime for some other stuff too, though. So
Yeah, well.
Poor Copernicus. Well, we're gonna get an email because Kelly's laughing and we're like, "What? It's too soon. It's too soon for Copernicus." Don't make me write that email, please. Anyway, what else happened? Like, I still can't even figure it out. That's it. That's all that happens is that Thea slips into the coma now, and
yeah, got to see Roy.
Yeah, being a thief, and I was just like, just come home. Let's just get you some facial reconstruction.
Yes.
Or one of those Mission Impossible masks or something.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's not like, Oliver doesn't know, I'm sure, the best plastic surgeon people in the city because, all of his women, I'm sure, had to have plastic surgery after hanging out with him. So.
Oh, Kelly. Anyway, I mean, I feel like I've known that the calculator was her dad for a really long time, so the twist wasn't like that big for me. I just want to know what he wants and what he knows.
Yeah, and who was the idiot who named him?
He named himself, obviously.
Ugh. I wonder. I bet you know what his favorite dessert is.
Oh no! What?
Pie.
I knew it. Now that is some quality punny business right there, Kelly. You know what his favorite thing is to do?
What?
Sin.
Ah.
Sorry.
Ah.
Anyway.
So his partner would co-sin, right?
Exactly. Well, before this gets exponentially worse, let's move on. Oh, the groans heard round the internet. Who is your favorite character this week?
I got to give it to Roy. I loved Roy's return. It was nice to see, and I missed him. I didn't realize how much I missed him until he came back on the screen,
Damn you, Colton wanted to be a movie star. Damn you.
What?
But no, I totally agree. And then actually it was a tie between Roy and Nyssa. Like, I love me some Katrina. So, yeah. And the fact that she is trying to at least get rid of Malcolm.
That's always a good thing, yes.
Oh, and also, my favorite character interaction is between Shadow, Hallucination Shadow and Oliver. I was so mind warped about it. I'm like, wait, what? But the rock is real? Is Shadow coming back through the Shadowlands? Like, what is?
Yeah, exactly.
It actually made a flashback interesting. I think that is my favorite moment.
Yes, that was a good thing.
Who were your favorite character? Well, besides Roy and Thea, because come on, that was beautiful.
Roy and Thea, yes, yeah. I really liked us seeing, our old friends again. Yeah. It was great. Ooh, I've missed them. Yeah. And I like the whole fight between Nyssa and Tatsu.
Right?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. We got some crouching tiger, hidden dragon kind of thing there. It was pretty cool.
And it's my headcanon, just so I can say this, is that she's actually alive. So just this one time, everyone lives!
Yay! That would be nice.
But because Katana is supposed to be in Suicide Squad, I really feel like she's dead, but they didn't really show it. They left it ambiguous, so I'm just taking it as a win until informed otherwise.
Yes. Yeah.
Or Tatsu.
She really got the raw end of the ship, of the stick, you know what I mean?
The ship, that's about right in this fandom.
Well, actually, no, because I just got a tweet, I think. Because I did ask.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
What you been doing?
Well, no, I asked where our favorite dad was. Oh, I just got a smiley face back. I asked, how far did Henry Ellen run away? We sure do miss you, and Barry sure needs his dad's guidance. And I just got a smile back.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, I know.
Smiley face with a little butcher knife.
Uh-huh. Me think so too.
Oh, anyway,
That was quick, by the way. That was like
was it Jesse Quick? Oh wait, wrong podcast. Sorry.
Less than 30 minutes after I tweeted that. So, that's pretty quick to get a reply.
So, yeah, who do you think's in the grave? I'm so sick of having to say this.
I know. You know, I hope it's not Thea. I really hope it's not Thea. I
don't want it to be anyone, but I'm just gonna say I think it's Lance.
It could be Lance, and the other thought I had was it could be Andy.
Well, that wouldn't be that emotionally impactful for me, but I get where you're coming from.
Because here Diggle has just had this big reunion with his brother.
Would that make Felicity so emotional?
Maybe. Because Felicity knows how much that would affect Diggle. And she's very close to Diggle, or she was.
Yeah, she's too busy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I would be too, though. Let's just be real. If I had a boyfriend that looked like Oliver, I would kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just for like 2 days, and then I'd snap out of it. But I get you. But yeah, I don't know. I think Lance makes the most sense at this point. That frees Paul Blackthorne to go do other things. But I heard that it's possible that we might be able to get Walter back for a couple of episodes. And so I love Colin Salmon. And
me too.
Dude, if you have not seen Masters of None on Netflix, he's in it for a couple of episodes. Playing himself, a ridiculous hyperbole of himself.
That's awesome.
It's just, who knew he was funny? I mean, most of the stuff that I've seen him in is very stiff, stiff upper lip and serious, but he has got comedic chops, and it's great. So and long story short, I would love to have Colin back, obviously.
Well, and he's in some of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who.
Yes, and he's also in Limitless on CBS.
Yes.
So yeah, he's everywhere lately. It's like that. It's really funny. It's like that phenomenon when you learn about somebody, then they start popping up about something that starts popping up everywhere. That's what happened to me with Colin Salmon. I was just like, he showed up on Arrow, and then I was like, wait a minute. Was he in Doctor Who? Wait a minute. He was in this and this and this. And now he's just like everywhere.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah. What about this grade?
I'm
going first. You're not stealing my thunder, Kelly. It's a B+. B as in boy.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I was like B+. No. B+.
This is terrible. We're going to have a really polarizing episode pretty soon, Kelly.
Yes, we have to. It's terrifying. We are Firestorm.
We are. It's a mess. The show's a mess. This podcast is a mess. I just enjoy it for what it is. Two ladies who just really love Arrow and want them to get their act together. And I really felt like this was a return to form. And I just hope that they can keep it up. We got to have the action back. We got to have some better character development across the board, not just be solely focused on this one character that's not even the main character that the show is named after.
Yes.
That's all that I ask.
And name your villains a little better.
Or let's just focus on one season Big Bad and forget all the filler villains.
Yes.
As long as it's not Malcolm.
Villains, right?
Oh. This is just a mess. I don't even want to go through the Easter eggs because there weren't that many. They've been focusing on something else, and that's unfortunate. I like the Easter eggs; it's fun for me.
Yes.
But yeah, as long as they're focusing on something else, up in the quality, I'm here for it. So I can take a hit on those. Um. So yeah, shameless plugs.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and about anywhere else that matters at Supersquint. That's SuperSquint. And you can also hear me, of course, on Before the Bat with Phil and Tyler, the Gotham podcast. And, of course, on Flashpoint with the lovely Miss Lilith.
As for me, you can find me on Channel 52, which is all your news related stuff for the DC Nation. If you want to hear some reviews about DC comic books, please be sure to check out World's Finest. Phil is my co-host from Before the Bat. And we just launched a new podcast, Phil and I did. It's the Newcastle Crew 2.0. We are talking about everything John Constantine from the beginning. So if you are into that character, please check us out. Along the way, we will be talking about Swamp Thing, Zatanna, Dr. Fate, probably Justice League Dark, and a few other stops in the Vertigo land. So if you're interested, please be sure to look out for that on southgatemediagroup.com, which is where you can find a full list of our 80 plus podcasts, and it's always growing. So we also have blogs, and you can find out information about the host there as well. And just a friendly reminder to rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcatcher service of choice. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes, and please download because streaming doesn't count.
And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, you can find me at Lilith Hellfire. This podcast is at QC_SMG pod. Our email is queenconsolidated.smg@gmail.com. And our Facebook is, of course, facebook.com/Queen Consolidated Podcast. We look forward to hearing from you. You can leave us a DM or just a comment on one of the articles over on the Facebook page as well. So, yeah. It looks like it's time to wrap this sucker up. So, unless you're stuck on a hellish island, please be sure to come back next week.
Queen Consolidated, signing off.